Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. Today I want to deal with how to build trust with other people, how to build trust with other people. And I'm sure you would understand that trust is very important in life. And without trust, without people trusting you, you will live a very miserable life. So therefore, you need to be trusted, you need to build the trust so that people can trust you and you will be able to live cordially with other people. People that are not trusted, they are isolated. People that are not trusted, they are being ostracized, and therefore nobody can actually listen to you when you are not being trusted. So it is very important, therefore, to be trusted and therefore to make sure that you build trust with other people, and you cannot ignore that. But to do that, there are some ways to do that. There are some principles to do that. And I want to share those nuggets today of how do you build trust with other people. The first thing today that I want to deal with is honor your commitments. This is close to my heart. Either commit and do, or don't commit at all. Whatever you've committed, please do it. Rather, don't commit at all. And this is very important because you are going to lose a reputation and completely damage your reputation by people not trusting you anymore. By keeping on promising things that you are aware you cannot fulfill. There are those people that have got a habit of promises. They are full of promises. And they will promise you that, and therefore they know that they cannot fulfill their commitments. They cannot do that which they promised, but yet they keep on promising. And that has become a habit to some of the people. And I've seen many people that go on and go on promising people, that go on and go on committing to things that they may not be able to fulfill. So it is very important that as an individual, whatever you commit to, so please fulfill that. And that starts with small things. If you put up a time for yourself that I want to wake up at 6 in the morning, so keep that commitment. It's a commitment to yourself. Keep it. Set an alarm. When the alarm rings, don't postpone it. Don't pause it. Make sure that you are waking up at that time, and that starts from there. When you promise yourself that I'm going to go to the shop today, I want to go to the mall, and I'm going to go and buy this at the mall and so on. So please honor your commitments. Commit yourself in things that you'll be able to honor them. Because there are commitments that are over the board, whereby you commit to things that you may not be able to fulfill them. But every commitment that you do, you must have evaluated it. Is it achievable? If it's a commitment that is achievable, so therefore have a discipline of achieving those commitments that you have actually committed to. And these are the commitment that starts from you. As I said, if you want to build a reputation of commitments, that you fulfill commitments, it must start with you, your own personal commitments, whereby nobody is holding you responsible, where nobody is holding you accountable. So, but you must hold yourself accountable as an individual, and therefore you can be able then to fulfill when you've promised other people. I have seen people in life who make appointments with people and agree on time that they know they cannot make the time, but then yet they agree to the time. And if you cannot keep the time of the appointment that you have set up with someone, that means you cannot honor your commitments, and therefore you are not worthy to be trusted. And I want to emphasize this because don't take it light that you've made an appointment with someone and someone is waiting for you at a certain spot. You're not pitching up, or you're coming up late and you think that it is normal. There are people that actually undermine the element of time. That when you have actually put up a time as a commitment, it must be kept. It must be honored as well. There's no excuse of not keeping time, because many of us, we like giving excuses. I'm late because of traffic. I'm late because of other commitments and so on. And we think that that is normal. But I want to emphasize as a young man, learn to keep and honor your commitments. If you've put up time of appointment with someone, so please, if you cannot make the time, pick up a phone, call them, let them know that you cannot make, rather postpone the time so that they can know that the time is not the same anymore. We have changed the time together and they can wait for you at the right time. Don't just ignore and say, but they will wait for me. So listen to this, young man, because that destroys the trust that they have towards you. Now, if you want trust to be built, keep your commitments, honor them at all times. Make sure that every appointment that you've made, you keep it, and you make sure that they know that you are coming, and you are coming indeed. So let it be that when people look at you, they see somebody that they can trust. They see somebody that they can listen to. And I want to emphasize this, that as a young man, some of you have got children, you've got kids as well. It starts with keeping promises that you've promised your kids. Rather, don't promise than to promise and not to keep the promise. And I want to emphasize that because sometimes we do it to our own children and we think that it doesn't matter. But what it does, it causes damage upon the children because they end up not trusting their parents because of that. Now, as a young man, be a young man of integrity and mature in this area of honoring your own commitments. And this is one thing that people are going to look up to you to say, now, because you are keeping your commitments, then we can trust you. There are many doors that will open when you start to keep your commitments because people can trust you in every sphere of their lives. The second thing that I want you to look at if you want to build trust is communicate properly. Make sure that you communicate properly. You don't wishy-washy because there are times when you know, but this I cannot do. And you are afraid of the faces of people. You cannot tell them on the face that I cannot do that. Remember, when we speak about communicating properly, we're speaking also about ability to say yes and ability to say no. Because there are times when it is a no, but if you say it is a yes or it's a maybe, it's not a particular good communication at all because it leaves the people at tandem. It leaves the people hanging and not knowing what is going to happen. Well, when you use words like maybe, I believe so, or whatever. So all those type of words, they're actual doubtful words that are there, and many people may not even know whether you're going to make the appointment or not. Now, I want to emphasize this, that communicate clearly. Be sure that you make people aware whether you're going to keep the appointment or not. Make the people aware whether you agree with what is happening or not. Don't say maybe. Don't also keep quiet when you're supposed to communicate. So communicate, but also don't just communicate, but communicate properly. Let it be clear. Let it be a directional type of communication where people will know where you're standing. Because there are many people in life that we end up not knowing where they're standing because people don't know where you're standing. Then they don't trust you because they believe that you could actually move to the other camp. And that is why we have seen people that are lacking trustworthiness, that they are today here, but tomorrow they are actually with another party. And this is one thing that you must be careful of as a young man. Communicate in a way that people can know where you are standing. People can know what you believe in. People can know your principles. People can know what you can change and what you cannot change. Communicate properly. Because if you don't communicate properly, as I said, people may not trust you because they trust what you are saying. Because what you say, it must be something that you can do. And I've emphasized that you cannot communicate something and do something else. You cannot communicate something that you are doing totally the opposite. Because your behavior or your actions must be congruent to what you say. And that is what builds trust. And many people will trust you for doing that. And I want to emphasize that because I know many young men are not trusted anymore purely because you could not communicate properly and you are not clear in your communication as well. Remember that communication includes also actions. It includes also your non-verbal behaviors. And so be careful of that as well, because your non-verbal behaviors may communicate something else. But be clear and clarify your communication. Clarify your behavior as well, so that people can know what you are communicating and be able to respond accordingly to what you're communicating. And that is very key if you want to build trust with other people. I want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. Thank you for listening to us and being part of this great topic. And I believe you'll follow us on our social media platforms, our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum, Facebook page, Micornus Phokane. So please follow us there, and make sure that you follow us on our YouTube channel as well. Subscribe to it under Young Men Empowerment Forum, and don't forget our TikTok account as well. A lot of following of young people right there that we can see. And please invite most of the young men around you to listen to this topic. It is very important for them as well. And I want to check out right here. May the good Lord bless you and have a wonderful day. And cheers for now.